Sean, and by the magic of the internet and his hangout in his hoodie, Guy Wilson, who's hanging out with us via his home. Guy was not feeling well. He took ill and has been kind enough to participate with us for a while and show his face via his hoodie. Part of it. We love you, Guy. Thank you so much for being here because I know many of the fans wanted to see your smiling face.
Oh, well, thank you for those kind words, Michael. I wish I could be there in the flesh with you guys as well.
So thank God through the magic of the internet we can all kind of connect this way, which is really the cool part of why we're doing this. So, you know, there's Will's son,
yes,
and Paul's son, and Michael, and Paul Michael. I could make wish Michael. Bicycle. And so, yeah.
What's the combination between us three?
Son. What do you guys do, Michael?
You know what's really throwing us off is Michael.
Michael is a bad one. Bad one to do it with.
Huh.
So think about that. So I want to start by asking Guy and Freddie. So what was your first impression of Christopher Sean when you came in? Were you like, what? Like, what did you guys think? Did you guys have a little conversation like we're gonna do this guy?
I actually met Christopher first during the test, and he was one of the 3 guys that I got to make out with before I got to even get his name. And, my first impression was kind eyes and soft lips.
Guy, what would you say to that?
Well, I don't want to compliment his positive attributes too strongly, so this is a competition. But it's funny because Freddie's right. Freddie had not just tested with Christopher, but had worked with him for a little while before I had a chance to meet and work with Christopher. And but when I first met Christopher, my first impression was, wow, this guy is so serious, like so serious about everything. And then it turns out he's actually has one of the biggest senses of humor. Like he's, I mean, Christopher, you're so laid back, but when I first met you, I thought this guy takes everything so seriously. Now it's just the opposite. I think the opposite. I just think you're totally unprofessional. But that's my first impression.
Truth comes out on this one. Okay, you can turn the tables on now. What was your first impression of Guy and Freddie?
Well, obviously I met Freddie first, and when I first met
Freddie first.
I kissed Freddie first.
Be clear.
When I first met Freddie, I was just kind of like starstruck. I was like, oh man, I get to work with this guy who everyone loves, and there's so much publicity around him, and I was like, wow. And he's super cool, super friendly, and kept me comfortable. So I was like, God, that's cool. When I met Guy, I was like, man, this guy's also really good looking. And I was a little nervous because I'd been working with Freddie, and I was nervous because I was like, I hope he doesn't hate me, or he's like, it's not weird for us. But then we started working together, and I was like, man, this guy's really talented, really, really talented, good looking dude.
Oh, thank you.
Don't ask me who kisses better.
A lot of times I go on these shows, and they're like, which guy? I always have these soap actresses are asked which guy kisses better. So it's so interesting.
Do they ever answer?
No, they do just what he did. Don't ask me, or I can't answer that because it's
I think everyone's different. Everyone's got their own technique. Depends on what mood you're in, maybe.
Right.
Guy always yells at me. He doesn't yell at me. Guy yells at me for what I eat prior to makeout scenes.
It's more you just go out of your way to eat onions. It seems like it's like if we're gonna do something like that, it's like you make a point to get extra onions in your omelet, and that's what I yell about.
It's behind the scenes. You get it right here, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to ask you. I'm gonna, there's a lot of haters and a lot of whatever too that come. I want to address one thing that because I think you guys have a good answer to this. So people are saying to me that the writers spit on the duo of Wilson after they were married for only a year, or not even a year, that Will cheated on Sonny. What would you say about that? Saying they spit on the thing. I think that is just, I would like you to...
I think it's twofold. It's the first thing of we wanted so much the first couple years to be treated like every other couple on the show. And we achieved that. Now I no longer get, hey, Sonny, the first gay character, but really Will and Sonny, Sonny and Paul. And there's cheating that happens in day one with all couples on the show. It doesn't, you know,
On
I mean,
every
it's
soap opera.
on every soap
On every
opera.
soap
So
opera.
I just think it's, if you know, we're just like every other couple, and people cheat. It doesn't matter if you're gay or straight. So I think the story's interesting. If we were just happy, there'd be nothing to tell. It would be a soap opera. So we have to cheat and do bad things to each other.
Guy, what would you like to say about that?
No, I think Freddie makes some very poignant points here. I think if you think about it within the context of this being, you know, daytime drama, of this being a soap opera, for us to have made it a year without any sort of, you know, marital conflict as what we're seeing and experiencing now, I mean, that in and of itself isn't an achievement. It is an achievement. You know, it's also said that in the world of daytime that, you know, serenity is death. You know, it's like if we stay, you know, too placid for too long, well, then it's like at a certain point we lose out on an opportunity to explore, you know, the bounds of this relationship between Will and Sonny. And it's like without conflict, it's hard to learn new things. You know, without pain, it's hard to learn new things. So it is frustrating, you know, in my ego, like I don't want this relationship to fail. I want Will and Sonny to be together forever. But I also know that for the sake of the story and for the sake of these two human beings, you know, so, you know, sometimes you got to have some fire in there. And so that's kind of how I'm trying to look at it. I'm trying to stay positive about it.
Well, I'm sorry. God.
I
Okay.
can't pick on him. He's through the screen.
Of course. All right. Which one of you three guys was the most shocked when you got the script that said Will cheats with Paul?
I think Freddie was the most shocked.
Can I read it first?
Yeah, I think you were the most shocked because we all thought that you were. We all thought. Yeah, you thought it was going to be you.
Yeah. I think I remember. I came to both of you guys. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. So me.
What do you think? You think he's most shocked?
Yeah.
You were like, I don't care.
You know, I was just excited to
To cheat.
Yeah, I was excited to
Just have sexy.
I'm just kidding. Totally kidding.
Did I do that?
We're live on the internet. Anything goes.
Anything goes.
Oh no.
Yes, it does. Okay,
So
guys.
we can drop F-bombs and stuff.
No.
So,
Yeah, I think I think Sonny or Freddie, you were probably the most surprised. For me, I was kind of like, I was also surprised. I mean, I think I was matching level. I was just like, wow, this is actually happening. What a twist. What a trip. Like, I can't wait for people to see this. It's going to be awesome. So,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, Bradley,
Yes.
would you like to ask a question of our gentleman?
Yeah. Actually, I have been reading a lot, and I had heard a rumor that it is possible that Paul could be a Demira. I am curious what you think of that rumor. You don't have to say whether it's true or not, but I'm super curious what you think that would mean for Sonny and Paul.
Well, you know, to be a family member of any of the cast now would be a absolute dream. And, you know, let's see where it goes.
Just not a curiosity.
Not a curiosity. No, you've done now with the straight cut. Wait, it could be a relative that you don't have.
Oh, wow.
That'd be okay. So, Dave.
Yes.
You have a
Yes.
question?
Yeah, I have a question for Freddie. Freddie, the last time I saw you was Fort Lauderdale, so good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you. You got your T-shirt still.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay. My question is, what's that?
It made the cut when I moved.
Excellent.
Oh, good. I'll tell my brother.
Nice.
My question is, in 2013, you did a web series, Addicts Anonymous, which you did a fabulous job. Are there any plans this year to pursue that? And if so, will you utilize Kickstarter again?
We talked about it, but if it is, it's not going to be in the near future. But I would definitely use Kickstarter again. It was a great way to bring people together. But Addicts Anonymous Season 2, not sure at the moment.
Okay.
Angela,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm okay. How are you all?
We're good. What did you like to ask the gentleman?
Actually, Christopher, you and I have already talked on the phone. I actually talked with you a couple weeks ago on the Common Radio. But my question is for all of you all, actually. what are you all most like as far as in real life to your characters, and what do you like and not like about your characters per se?
Well, my character, Paul, he's obviously a professional athlete. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's a good businessman. He's very wealthy. So him and I are exactly the same. No. No. I think Paul is very friendly and fun, and I think I am as well. The difference is sexual orientation. Aside from that, I think we're very identical. I put a lot of myself into this role, and I enjoy playing it. I get to have fun and whimsical, charismatic, kind of flirtatious guy. It's great. Who understands love.
So are you flirtatious in real life?
A little too much at times, yeah.
What would you say?
For me, I think I'm pretty close to the character. I mean, I think we all are in some sense. You bring your own person into every character, and I feel I'm a positive guy. I have a big heart. I will say Sonny's a little more romantic than I am. He has I have a heart to give it, but he has nothing romance. I say that's good.
Guy, why are you laughing?
I just love Freddie so much. He's just so funny.
Okay, guys, what do you most like your character or not?
To be honest, I think, I love this question. And to be honest, for me, I think it's uncanny how similar all three of us are to our characters. I think for me, what Will does, it's like the things that Will does that I don't like, that Will does are also things that I tend to do that I don't like, like the whole dishonesty thing, it's like sometimes it's so hard just to tell the truth, but it's like I gotta tell the truth, but Will never tells the truth.
He tells the truth. He tells the truth.
I tell the yeah. I don't know. There's just so much about it. The way he conducts his relationships with people. The fact that he's an inspiring writer. He has a very artistic side. He's very sensitive. And as much as I want to pretend like I'm this tough guy athlete, I am really sensitive. I'm really artistic. We can't all be Christopher Sean. So it's just have to accept that I am more of a Will Horton.
We can't. Well, we can. Okay, so we have, what was that, Sabina?
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a question for all three of you, but I did want to say real quick to Guy before he ends up having to leave. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Atlanta in April at the event. It's going to be a lot of fun. I've been to them a lot, so it'll be fun.
Oh, I'll look for you. It'll be nice to see you in person. Thank you for saying that.
That'll be fun. So my question is, it's for you and the other two. What is your favorite part of working on Days?
Guy, you kick that one off.
Sure. My favorite part, I mean, it's the first thing that comes to. I mean, it's honestly it's the fam. There's just the sense of camaraderie, the family. It's like feeling like I have it's maybe not even with you guys. Maybe there's other people I like more than you. You don't know that. I'm just saying. It's just like coming to work and feeling like I'm a part of something. When you get to when you're a part of something special. That to me is what I love, and it's highly creative. I just love being a part of something that's so conducive to teamwork and that feels like home, where I can just simply be myself, unequivocally so. And that's what I love. I just love having a place to go where I belong, and the fact that I get paid to do it, that's icing on the cake, So that to me is what I love most about it, and it's what I love about acting, but especially acting, in the medium of daytime drama, because you see each other every day, So it's like it's hard not to become a family.
Christopher, what do you enjoy most about working at Days?
What I love most about Days is kind of a milestone in my life, for it being my first real contract role, and it just means that all the work that I put in is now a dream that's come to life. So this goal that I've been pursuing for so long, this dream that I've envisioned, and I'm here, and I'm working with such great people. So this is definitely, for me, something that I love, the fact that it's happening, and I get to work with such great people as it's happening, and it is what I expected it to be. Awesome.
It is. No, I think it's very well put. I mean, I think sometimes when for anyone who like watches the show, we get you have fans who love us, and it's amazing. And to us, we're still the guys who were serving tables. And it's like now that we're on the show, it's like I don't know. It really is a milestone. You grow and you're doing what you love. So I think for me to have a job that I love doing, and it's great, and the people.
Mark, do you have a question? Or
yes, I do. I have a question for all three. What's the biggest influence for you in the show? And what's your biggest inspiration in life? Who's your biggest inspiration in life?
Did you say the biggest influence on the show?
Within the show.
Who's their biggest influence on the show and their influence in life?
And influence in life, yeah.
That's a big question.
It is.
Guy Wilson will say the San Francisco Giants, basically.
No. I think on the show my biggest influence, when she was still here with us, Allison Sweeney really imparted, like, I just learned so much from her. Not just what she'd tell me, but just from working with her. And at that same time, and now more so, I would say Deidre Hall is also, I think now, the biggest influence for me. She's just such a strong natural leader. I just always feel like I'm a better actor when I work with her, and it's nice. I mean, and then of course Freddie Smith, but like with Freddie, it's more like we're like teammates. But it's as far as someone that I really am able to look to for as like within the role of like a mentor. I really enjoy being around Deidre Hall.
Do you have an influence in life, a big influence in life?
And an influence in life. Come back to me on that one, because I don't want to just throw out some Mickey Mouse answer. Come back to me on that one.
Gotcha. Influence on the show, influence in life was the question.
I guess in life would definitely be my family. So from each of them, my two sisters, they're older. My mom and my dad have taken something from all of them. Humble from my sister Kim, syndrome. Melody, my older sister, California State champ, amazing. She taught me ambition, competitive nature, and drive. My father, respect, loyalty. My mother, honor, love. All of which I've learned something from them. So they've molded me into who I am. On the show, working with Deidre Hall was definitely priceless. She is phenomenal. She does teach me a lot. And just by watching her, you're like, wow, I can utilize that. I can learn this. So definitely her. But Sean Christian, I think, also took me under his wing. He's a really good guy.
You know what I learned from Deidre Hall? Where to get the best lighting. Deidre Hall knows lighting.
She does.
I will say.
I would say for me on the show, Wally Kirk and Judy Evans were there for me day one, and it's just there's something special that I've shared with them for the past 4 years, and I love them. And then in real life, I mean, my closest friends, my family, we're all very close. And like, I guess again, Christopher nailed it. You really do take pieces from everybody that you look up to in life. But yeah, friends and family.
Yeah, I really liked how Christopher worded it too. I think for me, my family, and and then I think my dad, the way with which the integrity with which he has lived his life has been, as I'm growing older. No, not that I'm old, but as I'm growing up now, being a young man, and I can sort of see the principles he's always taught me. I can see how when put into action they work, and I feel a lot of gratitude for that. So it's like I'm sort of at an age now where I can appreciate the lessons that my parents have taught me. When I was a kid, I was kind of a punk, but now I sort of, it's being able to have the hindsight. That's important.
Susan, you have a question for the guys? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You're in Canada, yes?
I am. I'm in Alberta.
Okay. So what's a question for the gentleman?
Well, first I want to say that you guys are great, and I've watched the show for 33 years.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just wanted to ask, what's that?
Good for you, I said.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to ask all of you guys, what would you be doing if you weren't acting?
Oh man. I don't know.
Is that Guy Wilson?
Guy, what were you doing?
please.
Why are you guys laughing at me? You guys both laughing at me.
You're not.
We're looking at you on your little screen.
I don't know. I would probably just write full time, but I can't imagine doing anything outside of show business. I'd probably go do writing or maybe go into politics. But really, politics is just kind of another way of acting. Not to sound pessimistic, but I don't know. Probably just try to just be a writer, just be a professional writer. I think, but I like having an audience. I'd have to do something where there's an audience, whatever that might be.
Yeah, I think definitely, you know, any type of being any kind of an entrepreneur. I love being able to own businesses and real estate, stocks. I would enjoy. I'm still going to be doing that as well. I just enjoy having my hands in many things or spinning many plates, writing, directing, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there for us to do. You know, we have to go after our dreams, and it's a lot of fun. There's so many options. Land of opportunity.
I'm not in front of the camera. I'm going to be behind the camera. Or selling popcorn at a Dodger game. You know, one of them.
So that's the fallback?
That's a fallback. That's the
fallback. Yeah. Okay, and Mike, how are you? Mike?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Can you hear us?
I'm coming through now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Mike?
No, you're not now. Mike?
Is of seeing the show play out now, but knowing
Okay, you were a little cutting out, so you're saying, what's it like taping the show 6 months in advance?
I said, like, what's it like, what are the downsides? Saying you have the show 4 or 5 months in advance, and I guess there's not a quick way to fix something that could be fixed or...
Right, you're saying there's not an exit to get out of something if it's not working because they tape 6 months ahead?
It's just what's the downside?
What's the downside?
Well, yeah, compared to 1 month.
Okay.
More about it.
Freddie's got
Freddie's got the most years under his belt.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, I don't even know if they would consider that a downside. You know, you really got to go for a story and let things develop, and you kind of just see naturally what's going to happen. I would say, if anything, the upside of it, it's kind of fun to watch the episode because 6 months have gone by and you shot 50 episodes in between. You kind of forget what you did. So I get to sit now and watch it as an audience member and go, oh, wow, this is happening. I forgot. Then it all comes back to me. So I actually enjoy it. Except when we're filming Christmas in August. That's weird.
Yeah? So, Guy, what's that like? 6 months ahead for you?
I agree. I mean, insofar as like issues with story, I mean, it's not really something that we as the actors, you know, can address or even really have cause to complain about. You know, now on the flip side, if there's something happening in the story that, you know, we don't like, well, tough. You know, then it's like the onus is on us to like breathe life into a story so that we like it, so that it makes sense. So it's like I feel like if something's not working, it's we as the actors, you know, we just do what's given to us. But I would agree with Freddie. It is very surreal when you're doing like a Christmas episode in August, or it's like we're shooting like, you know, summer scenes when it's like freezing outside or raining. But you know, beyond that, I don't know. Then again, I kind of like that we get like 2 Christmases a year in a sense. You know, it's like we get 2 of everything, which is fun. So that's good.
I think just to make it quick, the only downside would be not being able to share with the fans when they ask. I'm like, I don't know what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not. Yeah. That's the only downside for me. Everything else,
such a good answer.
That's a great answer.
That was like the perfect
That is
answer.
the perfect answer. Because I want to say, can I just say how perfect that is? Because even as a journalist on my side, we talk about this all the time. Like, we'll be talking, and it's like, I don't know what I can say, what I can't say. Where are we in the story? Where aren't we in the story? Yeah. And then I'm trying to write up something, and I can't go too far, and we can't, and they don't remember what was shot, so it's very confusing. I will say that.
Yeah.
But to get the show done. I wanted to say kudos to Freddie and Guy on last year's wedding episode. I thought that was absolutely phenomenal. And I wanted to actually ask, what was your favorite moment? Was it the speeches, which broke my heart in a million pieces? Was it the vows? I thought Freddie throughout as the character who's been with like on the whole thing, the journey, were amazing in that. It was just an amazing episode, and I thought it was really one of the best written shows Days had done in, well, to me in a long time. It was
Yeah, I think that everybody from head to toe really invested every single ounce of everything they had in that episode. Not that they don't in any other episode, but I'm saying that was something special that
There's a lot of care taken into
I
it.
think that we knew we were making history, and I think that because of that episode, and I think like there were so many tears shed, and they were real tears. Like it wasn't like we had to like get into character to cry. I mean, people were genuinely from the cast and the crew just crying because it was so beautiful, and to be a part of it, I thought it was just amazing.
How many of you guys cried during that episode?
I did.
So that's 3 of us?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, it was. I needed a box. Guy, what did you think about it?
Well, I agree. First of all, Michael, thank you for saying, for saying what you're saying. I mean, that means so much, to us. And I agree that it was beautifully written. But my favorite moments, I think, were some of the more the unplanned ones. The sort of the organic moments that come with every kind of a wedding. So it's like in this instance, I think. Like says Freddie, I almost called you Sonny. Freddie, remember when we had to do our first couples dance, our first dance on the floor, and neither one of us knew how to lead, or no, rather, neither one of us knew how to follow. We only knew how to lead, and so Williford had to come down and like show us how to like ballroom dance, and we didn't really know how to do that. Yeah, that So then it was just this real like organic moment where it's like even though there was no dialogue necessarily. And that was after we'd already shot all of the the wedding vows and a lot of that stuff, and so I'm speaking for myself personally, that's when it really hit home that like we've done it, like this has happened, like not just it's like not just for you and I, but for Will and Sonny, and for everything that it stands for, like it's happened, and now it's it's that really, even thinking about it now, I get chills, when we're doing that dance after the vows.
And I have to say Peggy McKay and Wally Kurth and Brian DiTillo, and those speeches were just absolutely each one of them.
Yeah.
Moment.
Especially Peggy McKay. Peggy McKay to me like stole the episode. She's phenomenal, just phenomenal.
Yeah. So were you guys nervous, Christopher and Guy, when you had to do the sex scene in the hotel?
Yeah. I speaking for myself, whenever I've done any kind of sex or romantic scene, whether on Days or anywhere else, it's always I'm always nervous. It'd be weird to not be nervous. So it's like I was nervous, not just because it was something new with with a new partner, but just what it meant for Will and Sonny. Like I don't want to cheat on Sonny. I don't want the storyline to go that route. So it's like it was twofold. Like I'm nervous because of what the implications could mean for me and my husband, and then I was also nervous because here I am it's having this moment with with Christopher Sean as Paul and Rita, and that's also a different thing.
I think a lot of bottles were thrown at the television set.
What's that?
I'm telling you, there were bottles thrown at you on the television.
Yeah, no, I got a lot of interesting tweets that week.
I did too. Like, I want I don't write the show, so clear that up. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I was nervous. Obviously,
Paul going at it.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that was culminating. It was building up, and all that sexual angst that was happening between Guy and I started to get a little nervous myself. I hope that he doesn't think that I'm not as good as Freddie, as I was worried about. No, I mean I was nervous, but I had a good time, and as long as Guy and I were joking around the entire time, so it was like he made me comfortable just as much as Freddie did, and I respect and I appreciate and I love that professionalism that he kept with me. So it was awesome.
Oh, well, thank you, Christopher. Ditto to you. Yeah.
Sorry. Bradley.
Yes.
You have another question for our guys?
Yeah. Actually, well, first of all, I want to say that y'all give me anxiety on a daily basis. But
anxiety.
Anxiety, yes, lots of it. But I'm wondering, do y'all have any other projects going on outside of Days of Our Lives that y'all would like to tell us about?
Well, I'm shooting Hawaii Five-0 I just finished an episode of Hawaii Five-0. It's episode 18. I think it airs March 6th. We're working out details on me flying back next month to film another episode. So I'm kind of going back and forth from daytime and prime time. That's great.
Okay.
March 6th. Hawaii Five-0.
Hawaii Five-0.
I'm so proud. I think this is the perfect opportunity to throw this in there. Is I wanted to announce it here is that Guy Wilson, Christopher Sean, and myself are going to have our very first fan event on May 2nd in Los Angeles.
All three of us.
All three of us. And we have a lot of cool things coming, and we're going to be locking it down and getting you guys information, but we'll keep you up to date with that on Twitter and Facebook in the next week or so. But I want to let you know it is going to be May 2nd, and you'll get a chance, if you're in the area or want to fly in, to see us three together, and we'll hang out and kick it in person and eat. And
yeah, we're very excited. We're very excited.
Yeah, Guy
will Skype
to,
in and be on the big screen.
Yeah,
if we can.
if he not come.
Yeah.
No, he'll be there. I'll
He'll
drag
be
his
there.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
So May 2nd.
May 2nd. All right, Dave, do you have a question?
Yes. This is for Christopher, Freddie, and Guy. With the Super Bowl coming up, who will you guys be rooting for, and do you actively play in any sports?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say anyone but the Seahawks. So I'm really not, a New England guy, but I'm pulling for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick because it's the lesser of two evils, and I just can't stand Seattle. So I'm going for New England. I've never been a New England fan in my life, but this year, this Sunday, I will be, and I'm open-minded to it. We'll see what happens. And in general, yeah, I do play a lot of soccer and baseball. I think soccer is my favorite sport to play.
I'm probably going to lose a lot of street cred, so don't yell at me. But until I just heard what Guy said, I couldn't have told you for $1 million who was playing.
It is not up on current events.
No.
Okay.
I was born in Washington State.
Oh, Washington. Oh.
I'm Seahawks.
Yes. Get that guy.
Commercials are going to
Take that, Guy Wilson. Take that.
Whatever.
Angela.
Yes.
You have a question?
Yes. First of all, I want to say, Guy, I'll also be in Georgia. I'll be coming to Atlanta to see you then, too, so I'll be there also. But my question is for Chris. Do you go by Christopher or Chris? Do you care?
You can call me Christopher Sean, Deshaun, Danger, whatever.
Okay. My question is more, were you expecting the attention that you got on Facebook and Twitter, and when you first started, were you expecting to get that type of attention and where people will send you messages and stuff like that? What did you think of it?
To be entirely honest, I think Guy and Freddie both gave me a heads up on how strong the fan base of Days of Our Lives was. And I never really understood until I started getting that positive feedback, and the fans are amazing. So to see that, blown away at how awesome the fans are and how supportive they were. And throughout all of it, they were just so cool. So anyway, I wasn't expecting what happened, and the tsunami of positive feedback was phenomenal.
Okay.
Okay.
How's that?
It went out for some reason, yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. Sabina,
Yes.
what would you like to ask the gentleman?
Well, I'm curious. Who on Days, now this is past or present, actually past and present, current actors and past actors that have been on the show that you've never worked with, who would you like to work with in the future?
I would like a meaty scene with Ari Zucker. Her and I only maybe passed each other, but I think it'd be a lot of fun if I was able to work with her one-on-one.
I'd like to work with Allison Sweeney.
I like to work with Allison Sweeney.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. I've never worked.
I'll work with Allison Sweeney.
She directed an episode that just aired actually yesterday, I believe. with
That's right.
Guy and I, and you were at the door.
So
yesterday's
she a good
episode,
director?
she directed. Yeah, she was great because she found the layers and the levels and the depth that was required by the actors, and she helped us find that. So she's really, really good.
Hey, Guy. I think we lost him. You there? I was going to sign him. Guy.
I don't know if we lost him.
We don't. We lost him.
Here I am.
Hey, Guy.
Hi.
We're gonna let you go get some rest.
Okay.
And I want to thank you so much for stopping in at the Hangout with us today.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me, guys. Thanks for letting me do this from my pajamas.
Thank you. Feel better.
Thank you. Get better.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
See you later.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Mark, question.
Yes. How do you get yourself motivated to do a really emotional scene? Like a really an anger scene or
I would say they're all a little different. You can naturally build it up with what's happening in the scene through rehearsal too. I feel like I don't do much prep of like thinking of my dog dying or anything. I just try to live through in the scene, and if the tears come, they come, you know, or if I'm angry, they gotta come. So very rarely will I run around and scream up and down. Yeah, so it just all depends. Every scene varies. It depends on what kind of mood you're in that day. If you're not feeling that well, it's easier to be angry. If you're feeling down, you have to be positive. You know, it's more work. So it's just kind of you have to gauge where you are for the day.
Okay.
Well, for me, if I have like an angry scene, I'll do like 2,000 push-ups.
Wait, did you just say 2,000?
I meant 3,000. Sorry. No. I mean,
he's now shamed me.
I'm just saying this, Freddie. I mean, in all honesty, it comes with just put the work in, and when you're completely invested in the work, it just the emotional roller coaster would take you. I mean, the writing is that good, so.
Yeah. Okay. Mike. Mike. Okay, Mike, can you not hear me?
Yes. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, what was your question for the guys?
I can hear you.
I can hear you. What would you like? I'm
lagging, sorry. My question, what is it like to be nominated for the award?
What is it like to be nominated for GLAAD Award?
Yeah, for the GLAAD Award.
So yeah.
Is that what you asked?
Another one.
It's fantastic. No, it really is. Like, again, it just shows just how far we've come. I'm glad that we've gotten. This is what, 3 now?
Yeah.
Fourth one. So it's an honor. You know, our work is really, you know, it's changed so many lives in the past 4 years of me being on the show. I've heard so many positive things, and if I'm doing what I love and it can affect someone in a positive way, it's a win-win. So I'm glad that we were able to get a recognition for that for the show. You know, it's the show's award, so I'm just glad to participate in that.
Do you know what episode did they submit the wedding for that, or did you? Yeah. So the wedding
compilation.
The compilation. They submit a compilation of scenes, the wedding being one of them for the year, which is pretty amazing. Because I want to say, like, you know, you do realize that of all the soaps, you guys are it. I mean, you guys, General Hospital did have their gay characters, but as far as really making them front and center lead characters,
yeah,
this is a show that has done it for 4 years now.
Yeah,
for 4 years, which is amazing, and the other shows have not. Other than General Hospital did have the characters, but they haven't really given them like a front and center story. So it is pretty terrific to have that and to see where they like moved the story, and what they told. So I'm just saying that.
My only note to that, I jumped in at the tail end. I only started airing it. So all credit goes to Guy and Freddie for their work throughout the year. And if I can be the cherry on the side, absolutely, but it was them. It wasn't.
Susan, do you have a question?
I'm not sure because they're all getting asked. But I guess I'll just ask: are you guys gonna do any fan events up here anytime soon?
Canada?
Yeah. Possibly. I want to go to Canada. I actually might take you up on that. It'd probably be more in the summer. We do.
So why don't you have a
Yeah,
fan?
the summer's nice.
Have a fan event at your house. Cook some and Christopher will show you how he does 3,000 push-ups.
Have you guys?
Sure, I'll have an event here.
Yeah.
And wrapping up here, have you guys? What's been your favorite moment when you look back at the past year or this year to be like, I love that scene. I love that scene. I was good in that scene.
Wow. I'm shuffling through around 2,000 scenes right now.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding's too generic. That's too obvious. Oh my God! You know what it was?
What was it?
Hasn't aired yet. No, I'm kidding. You know what? when I was helping Gabby give birth to Ariana.
Oh.
When I was, what do you call that? Receiving the child?
Catching.
Catching the baby. Delivering the baby. That's it. Delivering.
This is why they have writers. You know?
Yeah.
What would you say? Favorite scene so far?
Well, actually, some of the work that I've done that has yet to air, it's actually coming up. So I'm really excited about that. It's but one of my favorite scenes also was when I came to Freddie and I said, hey, we can have a new life. I think I'm coming out, and Freddie was like, no, dude, I'm married. You know?
I remember that.
That was, for me, that was a really heart-wrenching scene, and I thought he pulled so many emotions out of me. So that was probably one of my favorite scenes that has come out, but not that's yet to come out. Those scenes are pretty awesome.
You know, when I was doing my year-end review this past year, I had you as one of the outstanding supporting actors because I felt like it is so hard to play good, like a good character, and really get the material and have that material and do it well and feel it, and you do that exceptionally well. And I thought this past year was an amazing year for you.
Oh, well,
because I was watching a lot of the scenes, and I was like, he's so good at being, you know, because sometimes good guys can be boring.
Yeah.
I don't think Sonny's boring.
Oh well, I appreciate that.
Is Sonny boring?
Oh, he's great. Awesome.
So, what would you say in a general sense of what to preview? You can't spoil story, but is there bombshells ahead? I mean, what would you say? Is Sonny going to find out, or what?
It is. This is just the tip of the iceberg. What's aired so far. I remember I sent out a tweet. I know I send out so many of them, so I have to shuffle through all my tweets that I actually tweet. But I did tweet something out, and I remember saying, like, when you guys see this, it's going to blow your mind, and it's about to air. But I'd say the next month and a half is where it's just like every day there's a new turn, and yeah, I would say out of my 4 years, aside from the wedding and a few other great moments, what's about to air the next month is probably some of the most fun I've ever had on the show.
So it could be shake up. We don't know.
Yeah.
Shake up.
Shaking baby
syndrome.
Oh my God. This is everyone's gonna be like, what's going on?
And what would you say it's gonna be?
Oh, it's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be off the wall. I mean, the writing is just getting so crazy. I mean, what they told me, I was like, wow, I came into the show, I was like, this is amazing. And they're like, yeah, this is some of the best stuff that they have. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so lucky to be a part of it. But
you came in right when I was like, yeah, this is great. Yeah. He really added the thing that it needs.
The sparkles.
The sparkle.
Sparkle. I bedazzled the episode.
Do they come and tell you guys like ahead of time, like if there's a big thing, do they come and talk to you, or do you see it when you just see it in the script? Like
I feel like the only heads up I get is a phone call of like, hey Freddie, just letting you know there's a shower scene coming up. Just want to give you a heads up. And,
I wish.
And I go, okay. I think that's just more.
Give you that?
I don't get that either. Yeah.
That's because you're in great shape all the time.
No, I need to do the Hugh Jackman workouts. Just dehydrate myself.
No, we're always surprised. Like we have no idea. But I like that because if we knew we're already 6 months ahead, then to know even more with the script, it'd be too much. So I like doing it the week before.
So before we go, let me throw this out to you guys. Who do you want Sonny to ultimately end up with, Will or Paul? Paulson, Wilson, Bradley?
I am a huge Paulson fan. I am hoping that works out.
Paulson or Wilson?
Wilson.
Wilson. Okay.
Guy's not good.
Angela?
I'm a 100% Wilson fan.
Wilson. Okay, Mark.
I got to say Paulson.
Paulson.
You too.
All right, Mike.
Oh, there's 3 left. This will be a tiebreaker.
I'll break it.
I've been Sunny, but I want Will to have more fun with Paul.
Ooh,
so you're on the fence. You just want him to have fun, and then go back to Sunny.
A Horita?
Yeah, all the fun.
Gordon Narita.
So you're not picking one or the other. Okay. Wilson or Paulson?
Wilson.
Wilson.
3-2.
Susan.
Olsen.
Ooh, 3-3. You're the tiebreaker.
Tell the truth.
The way I'm feeling right now, Paulson.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know, because Wilson, if they can get through it and come on the other side, like, and show that they can get through problems like other soap opera couples that have infidelity in their marriage, then there would be something to say about it, that it does happen. Listen, I know a lot of gay people that cheat on each other, so I know it's like a real thing. So, it's true in every aspect.
Yes,
Yeah.
Michael, but not all of them listen to Kate Roberts.
Very true. All right, I want to thank you guys so much. Bradley, thank you so much. It was great to meet you, and Dave, and Sabina,
You as well.
Mark, Angela, Mike, and Susan. Did I leave anybody out? I don't think so.
Guy Wilson.
Guy Wilson, thank you. And your hoodie, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Christopher. This was so much fun, and I guess we will have a new Days Hangout soon. And stay tuned to Days of Our Lives weekdays on NBC.
See everyone later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.